Hey everybody, it's Bree again, and I'm back with another one, and we're getting straight to the point. So I have one chicken breast that I cut up into strips, and I'm starting with my onion powder. Then I'm going to do some garlic powder, and then after that I am going to take some Tony's Creole seasoning and use that as well. Those are the only three seasonings I use. I don't do too much when it comes to the seasoning of the chicken. Then after that, just going to flip it over and repeat. Now that our chicken is seasoned, we're just going to throw it into a pan with a little olive oil. I don't really cook a lot of chicken just because I don't like too much chicken with my pasta. But if you are someone who prefers a lot of chicken, feel free to just cook more chicken. This is just what I did for my preference. So we're just going to cook it and make sure that it is brown on both sides. Once your chicken is to your liking, put it to the side, and now we're going to start on seasoning the shrimp. So I use a little bit of minced garlic, and then I am going to use some blackened seasoning. And again, we just want to really make sure that it is coated. We want to really season this shrimp and make sure it's coated on all sides. Next, for this recipe, I just like my shrimp to taste a little limey, so I just squeeze a little lime juice in it. I just like the flavor of the shrimp and how it comes out. So we're just going to mix it around and make sure it is evenly coated. So now it is time to cook the shrimp. I am using the same pan that we cooked our chicken in. So I'm going to take about a tablespoon of butter and let it melt into the pan. I like to use this much butter because I like it to kind of get soupy like this at the bottom of the pan. I want our shrimp to really soak in that butter flavor to give it more flavor. So once all of the butter is melted, I am then going to add the shrimp one by one, and I am going to be cooking it on both sides for about 2 minutes or so. While our shrimp is cooking, we are going to begin on making the sauce. So you just want to coat a large pan in some butter, and we're going to add in some diced green peppers. So some bell peppers, some diced onions. I usually use red peppers as well, along with mushrooms, but I didn't have any, so I worked with what I had. Once all the liquid from the veggies evaporates, you're then going to add your 2 cups of heavy whipping cream. Make sure the liquid is evaporated because you do not want watery sauce. So now we are just going to season our heavy whipping cream. This is Tony's Creole seasoning. I do not measure my seasoning. I listen to the spirit. When it says stop, that's when I stop. Next, we're going to add some garlic powder. I'm just basically skimming the top of my pan. Next, we did the onion powder. Now we're going to do oregano. Just going to make sure the top is covered as well. I have no specific measurement. Next is basil leaves. And then we're going to do some rubbed sage. Just making sure it is coated at the top. Then we have some shrimp and crab boil. You're only going to do a little bit because that goes a long way, and you do not want to put too much in it because then it's going to taste like nothing but crab oil. So this whole time I'm just making sure that it comes to a boil and whisking it. You want it to get pretty hot and you want to keep whisking. That's how you're going to get your consistency. So now I'm going to add some bay leaves. I put 3 in because they were pretty small, but you can do 2 large ones as well. So I'm just going to continue whisking and stirring to make sure I have everything combined evenly. Now we're going to add 1 cup of mozzarella cheese. This gives me a pretty thick, creamy consistency. Your cheese is what thickens your sauce. So if you want a less thick sauce, I would use less cheese. So you can always start with a 1/2 cup and build up from there. You just really have to play with the amount of cheese you put in depending on the consistency you like for your pasta. So now that our sauce is complete, we are going to add our cooked shrimp to our sauce. This is what really brings the sauce together. All the flavor starts to bleed into that sauce and it becomes the perfect combination. And there we have it, our shrimp sauce. So I lost some footage of me actually plating, but I put the sauce on top of some crab ravioli that I bought from the store. And then I just sprinkle some Parmesan cheese. And there we have it, our shrimp pasta. So here is a sneak peek of some crawfish bread I did. Stay tuned for that. Thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe. And see you on the next one.